He wants someone to say something so bad about that coffee.
No, what?
Oh, you have the pour over too. You're using you have the glass pour over.
No, it's just a glass mug.
Let me see that mug.
See, don't give him the attention. Let him drink his coffee.
It's just a it's a latte.
Yeah, drink them all the time.
Tay just don't want to see a man have a good time.
He
doesn't want me to see me.
Black History Month ended, and now he's
angry
against the white man.
He really don't want me to see do this.
What?
Just every cup.
That's disgusting, dude.
It's so good.
No, every time I get a burger, I'm like,
it's so good and tasty.
What was that?
It's so good and tasty.
Every time I get a burger, I'm like, this burger is so delicious. It's like from Spider-Man.
Just leave it just like that, Tay. Just fucking random.
Keep just doing that through. When you get serious, like, what? Zooms in hard.
Like this. Like, no.
Hey, welcome back to the HeadKanon podcast. I'm Jordan. That's Bryan over there. That's Tay over here. Say hello, boys.
Yo. Tay always looks confused when we say hi.
What?
You realize it's like every time Jordan says, "Hey Tay, say hello," you look at the camera like someone's holding a gun to your head.
No, I'm looking at my.
Maybe someone is. Maybe he has a loaded gun. If he messes up,
yeah,
it just goes off. He has. What is the gold? Yeah, the Goldberg root machine or something. He has a Flubber like machine where it's just a shotgun loaded right at him. Actually, if you don't know this, Tay has a huge gap in between both his monitors, and it bothers the crap out of me. I think I know why he has that gap now. There's just a loaded gun right in the middle of his huge gap of his monitors.
Listen, if you fuck up and that thing shoots, like, we'll miss you, but that's great for clickbait. Yeah.
Tay has iguana eyes where they're like up and down like this because he can see both of his screens. Why? I know. We'll get to everything else. Hang on. We'll get to. If you're new here, we do a new episode every Wednesday. If you want to follow us, all links down below. Leave a comment. It's great. Like, subscribe, do all those things. Anyway, Tay, why do you have both your monitors so far apart anyway?
They're not far apart. It's literally
they are far apart.
Half an inch apart.
Why do you not just have them next to each other?
Because I don't like black bars connected together. They don't look right.
You know what doesn't look right?
I might as well get an ultra wide monitor
gap
doing
and see
that.
like just a wall or window
No.
or whatever you have behind you.
No.
Why? It's so bothersome.
Two black
you
bars
also
like
when you
this
drag
together
your mouse,
annoys the hell out of me.
when you drag your mouse over, it's not like it's going passing through a black bar. It is like jumping
Through
like the
dimensions.
Atlantic Ocean to go over to the Pacific Ocean.
I got to train my eyes to see that without looking for it. I don't like two black bars touching each other. I might as well get an ultra wide monitor from doing that.
Yeah, honestly, ultra wide monitors are pretty good. I used to have an ultra wide monitor, and I missed the shit out of that thing. It was so good.
I've thought about getting one, but I think I need two separate screens. I need to have like dedicated one screen here and dedicated one screen at the other.
Yeah. There are monitors that are ultra wide that let you split the screen real estate into 16:9.
Oh, it lets you actually like divide it, like virtually divide it. That's kind of nice.
What is the dimensions of ultra
What's that program called? Segregation?
That's not funny.
Crockett, Black History Month just ended. We can't.
I know. That's why I can.
No, it's best for him to say it this month instead of Black History Month.
It's like
that's true.
Let's go. It's March 1st.
You can say with that sentence.
We're bringing it back.
February
anyway.
1st.
Guys, what have you been up to? Bryan, let's start. What's that?
Go.
You love this month? You love March?
Yeah, spring is like in 2 weeks. I'm so excited.
Oh, God, dude. No, fuck
that.
Keep all the pollen to yourself.
Sunlight.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't even thought about that. I'm in a new state. I'm going to get fucking destroyed.
I'm going to love it.
Yeah, you're going to be thriving.
Yeah.
Do you get allergies?
Oh, no. Horribly.
Dude,
I know Bryan does, but Tay, do you?
I get fall allergies. That's the thing.
Fall allergies?
We're literally just
what, the
built
cold
different.
air? What is it? For leaves? You're allergic to dead
No,
leaves?
my allergies kick in during the fall, and it's been doing it for years.
You get the sniffles? You're like...
Yeah, I thought it was going crazy, and
No, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's because different plants thrive in different weathers. You're just allergic to the one that thrives
Dude,
in
I always
winter.
get like a mad sinus infection.
Oh, dude,
Mad sinus infection around
Proves
spring.
I'm stronger during the sunlight, spring and summer than
fucking
I left my
over
windows
here.
cracked one day at work, and then I came in, and there was this pollen everywhere in my car. It literally was like putting me into like a hydrogen bomb of like pollen. It's bad.
Oh, so my allergies come from ragweed. The heck is that?
Yeah, there we go.
Ragweed?
Ragweed is a hilarious name for a plant.
Ragweed?
That sounds like a bad drug.
Yeah, my allergies are super bad in the fall, like unbearable. So I don't sneeze. I cough during the fall a lot.
Yeah. All that fucking dry air, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to buy a
I got fucked up.
humidifier last year. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I should get one of those. Anyway, what have you guys been watching? What have you guys been doing?
I've been reading
Nothing.
some messed up books.
What you been reading?
No, yesterday I finished Superman Lost.
The comic
issue
book?
9 and 10. Yeah.
Was it like a volume or was it like a...
Here. It's a series. It's a mini-series.
Oh, yeah. Was it good?
And I finished Superboy's book last night, too. So I finished 2 series. I got to finish John Kent's book. Oh, man,
I know it's not complicated, but I do wish I understood comic books the same way that you understand them.
What do you mean?
It's just, I just never wrap my head around them.
I haven't got to this yet.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
made
nice.
this just for me.
It's
They saw my
just
tweets
the Justice
and
League
said-
versus Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, they saw my tweets and said, let's make this for him. Literally.
That's a lot. That's a lot
That's a
of
lot
fighting.
going on.
So it's Justice League fighting Godzilla, but Godzilla's fighting Kong.
Well, yeah. And spoilers, but Godzilla beats Superman.
Oh, yeah. It beats his ass.
I thought it was Godzilla just versus Superman. Was it Godzilla versus Kong versus the Justice League?
Yeah, apparently. I seen that screenshot. Superman just gets mollywopped by this giant lizard.
By the way, Tay, are you ready for another Superman movie to fail?
Fail.
Yeah, James Gunn started filming his Superman movie.
The first one didn't fail either, Man of Steel. They made money.
Dude, they just don't get him right. They never get a Superman movie right.
That's hard.
Yeah, they did.
Superman's a hard character to. Well, Christopher Reeves nailed it.
Yeah.
Like,
Superman's not
Christopher
hard to
Reeves
do.
was awesome.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
As long as they don't make it
Superman and
nitty
Lois-
gritty, it'll be
Superman
okay.
Lois is top-notch Superman content.
I gotta watch that.
I don't know. They had they had that TV show, the Superman and Lois show, and
Yeah.
it was like they did the classic Superman, but people, it's like the Superman fans were like happy with it, but then like overall fans could care less.
Because people don't know what they
Wait,
want.
what are you talking about? People love that suit. The people who hate it is actually Zack Snyder fans. They hate
Well,
it.
did the show?
They
The
hate-
show didn't do well. Didn't
No,
seem
it's
to
doing
like
really
hotter.
good.
Yeah, the
It's
show's
like
doing
almost
great.
people forgot about it, right? Like
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it in forever.
Well, you're not in that circle.
Yeah, just because you haven't
I mean,
fucking heard about
you
it.
are right. So
Yeah.
what have you heard?
This is nothing but constant praise.
Yeah, he's talking about it all the time.
Yeah,
Superman and Lois.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Every
Season
time that
2
there's a new
ending.
season, Twitter goes wild about it. Twitter goes
How many
clipping.
seasons out there?
season they're shooting season 4 right now.
Yeah.
Season 3 spoilers. Lois got cancer.
Bummer.
He's handling it with that.
Well, how's he going to do that? How's he going to fight cancer?
Just punches the
Lois
shit
has
out of
cancer.
Lois.
He's going to punch Lois in the stomach.
Lois got cancer. He did it to Joker. though.
Superman's like, I got it.
Fucking
Punching her
lobotomize her
chest
tumor.
Season 2, the ending is like peak Superman, dude. Like straight up, like I wanted to see it on screen so badly, and they just nailed it. That cast
What was-
is, like Lois Lane. She literally Lois Lane are in the books. Like she's like beat for beat Lois Lane.
Yeah, she does
You know,
reporter
the
shit.
best Superman scene is not even a Superman movie or anything. It's from the Iron Giant. That's the best Superman adaptation. That's
Honestly,
real as fuck.
I tell people like the best Superman portrayal we got on screen maybe is Chris Evans Captain America.
That he's got the attitude down. If he was called a Superman, I feel like it would be somewhat
He'd be number 1.
well received.
Yeah. They called him. If he just puts on a Superman suit, he would be Superman for me.
Yeah, that's fucking
Dude,
rad.
I picked up a book. I actually saw a TikTok about like the most like messed up books someone's ever read.
Yeah,
And it was like a small list, and I was trying to find this one book called Cows, which is apparently like really disgusting. And
Okay.
I couldn't find it, so I ended up going with this next book. It's called Tampa, and Jesus Christ, dude, I would never recommend this book to anybody.
It was about Tampa, Florida.
It's about Tampa, Florida. It's about it is because I was like, why's it called Tampa? That's such a weird name. And then I'm like, oh, it's like Tampa, Florida. It's about like that case of the teacher and her like it was an old like a 26-year-old teacher and her student like you know,
like fucking, like
yeah.
a sexual relationship.
Well, I don't know if I was allowed to say that on YouTube or not.
I mean, I'll fucking cut it out. It's been 13 minutes. I'll cut it out.
Bryan never
but it's like the entire book is like wrote from her perspective of just being a straight up psychopath.
Yeah, look at the book cover; it's insane.
Yeah,
the writer's name Alyssa. The writer's name Alyssa Nutting. Are you serious?
You know, she actually, so that the author of that book, this is her first book. She went to school with the teacher that she kind of based it off of, that like ended up molesting her student.
Oh, this is a fiction based on a real story.
Yes.
Okay.
It took inspirations from. There's a movie on Netflix called May December.
I don't know.
That it take inspiration from, which is off the same story. But
that book cover is wild.
This is one of the most horrific books I've ever read, dude. Yeah. It is literally insane.
Just like an insight into like the grooming process and like whatever,
no, just
abuse.
Like how. Well, yeah, it's like how she thought, and then like it describes of like the entire like scenes of like everything that's happening and what she's thinking at all times.
Oh God, gross.
And it's dude. I was taken back. I was like, I didn't know a book could like fuck me up like this. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting.
Yeah, you worded that really badly. You said taken back, like you
taken him back.
It. Oh.
I was taken back.
So let me. When you say read a book, she's not reading these; she's listening to these.
Yeah.
Does it count as reading?
Yeah, same as reading.
Yeah. I mean, I still got the same if you read the book versus me listening to the book, we both still got the same information.
Sounded so exhausted by that question. I can tell it's not the first time.
Because I have to I don't have time to read it. Like I don't have time to sit down and read a book. I can eat books for days if I just listen to them.
Because I tried buying audiobooks. I'd rather just read it. I can't do audiobooks.
Some people learn better. Some people like absorb information better through listening to it. Some people don't. Like ADD people, like ADHD people, great with audiobooks. It helps them a lot.
Yeah. Well, I listen to them like instead of listening to like music or like a podcast while I'm at work. I listen to books. Yeah. So I'm retaining the same amount of knowledge you are. It's just
you are.
It's just like I can't sit down and read a book. I mean, like cows, I actually might have to take the time to sit down and read, but I never even have time to read manga. Like I never get time. But like I'm not doing anything while I'm working. Like it's like I can multitask, do two things at once. So
audiobook manga.
I like spending my time like I'd rather listen to audio than listen to like just music.
Goku screams.
It's just an episode of the manga.
Yeah. Well, you say that, but then there's novelizations of like Evangelion.
Yeah.
So you can listen to manga.
Yeah. Yeah, novelization's pretty good. I listened to an Alan Wake novelization the other day. That was pretty fucking rad.
The Halo books.
The Halo books are pretty good.
Well, that's different though. It's not part of the actual games though, right?
Yeah, well, it's lore.
It's like in that world. Yeah, it's in that world.
I actually listened to the someone made an audiobook of Bloodborne, and I listened to the whole thing, and it was really good. I really recommend if you can go listen to the audio version or the audio lore of Bloodborne, go do that. It's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure Colin has. I used to listen to the 1940 Superman radio.
Yeah,
and it's literally radio. Like there's no.
That's a radio drama, yeah.
Yeah, it's a radio drama. I used to listen to that before I go to bed.
But I did finish that, and I did move on to another book, which is like really kind of fucked up too. But it's actually a really good book, and it's not really just demented. It's called the what is it? The Tinder is Flesh, and it's like a very like kind of backwards world. I don't want to like give it away because I went into it completely blind, not knowing what it was. And it's really good. But if you have a faint of heart of like kind of like it's a cannibal book, yeah. It's about cannibalism.
That's wild.
So just like if that makes you squeamish, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's very good if you're interested in stuff like that.
Yeah. Bananas. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I feel like out of the three of us, you're the one that reads the most.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like that's I really like audiobooks.
Yeah.
Or I like books. I just have like I would never be able to read this many books in my life. So
maybe I should say out of the two of us because I haven't touched a book in fucking years.
Just pick up our audio, like dude, get an audiobook. It's really nice. Like I've read Dracula. I've done
I do. I've read a little bit of manga. The only problem with me is that like my job is audiovisual, so like I never really have downtime. You know, like to listen to an audiobook or like absorb information that way, I never really have downtime because I'm always listening to what I'm editing.
I'd rather read true story. It just changed. I'd rather read comic books. Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you. I'd rather read comic books than watch TV and play video games. I was gonna tweet it out.
Gotcha.
Like, after I was reading Super Issue, it's insane how there's no other medium out there, even video games, that sucks me into a world like comic books. Like I'm literally transported there, and like I just enjoy that crap.
That's awesome.
You're the kid that has like that, you know, that stupid image of what's like the kid watching TV and the kid reading the book, and it's showing their shadow, and it's like dinosaurs on a like alien plane and stuff. It's like the book, and it's like the TV is just like there's just a square and nothing else.
Yeah.
That's you reading a comic book, like
yeah, like it. There's no other medium that does that for me. That just literally transmits me through that world. I'm just
that's awesome. I wonder if it's the art. Like I wonder
maybe
what the appeal of it is.
Well, it's just characters, it's universe you're in.
I have been playing the dog shit out of Persona 3, and I just started Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth today.
That's the new one, right?
It came out yesterday.
Have you romanced Tifa yet?
Came out yesterday.
Yeah, have you romanced Tifa yet?
No, I have not. It's pretty good so far. Dude, I've been playing. It's like the first game that I've played on graphics mode, and it's actually really great looking on graphics mode.
No, what made you want to do graphics mode?
Final Fantasy isn't necessarily a performance mode type of game, really.
Yeah, it's also like it was just turned on by default into graphics mode, and then I realized that I was feeling a little bit of choppiness, and I went down to performance mode, and I was just like, oh, this looks way better in graphics mode.
Really? It's usually the opposite.
Yeah, usually the FPS smoothness for me like fixes it, but I think Final Fantasy VII has a lot of like really great rendering going on, and I think the graphics mode helps it.
Probably, yeah, definitely one of the best looking video games at like current.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So I started that. I got some footage of it to make like a first impressions video. I'm gonna play today for a few hours. And
I'm really sad that House drained me so much in the Final Fantasy remake that it made me not want to play the game anymore.
That was crazy that happened to you.
I don't want to complain about that house.
It was a hard fight.
lot of people.
It was a really hard fight.
Especially if you went into it like unprepared. Like I didn't know it was coming up, and I was like super unprepared when I fought it. So it was excruciatingly hard.
Yeah, I get the Final Fantasy Rebirth. Not rushed to play it, but it caught my eye.
You always play everything like a year late. Like,
yeah, I'm not in a rush to play these games anymore.
Yeah, I've been really into JRPGs lately, which is annoying because there's a lot of really good ones that have come out in the last couple of months. And,
you picked up Tale of Arise?
No, I'm not gonna fucking play Tale of Arise.
Play Tale of Arise, come on!
Jordan, you're not a fan. You don't have the energy to say that.
I'm a real fan.
No, you're not.
I'm a real fan, dude.
You know,
I love Tale of Arise.
I don't like the battle system.
What's wrong with the battle system?
I just like turn-based combat in the Persona franchise and like what Final Fantasy is doing.
Bryan.
That's it.
Sick of these action RPGs.
I like turn-based combat.
It's delicious.
No,
it's deliciously satisfying. It's a super satisfying game.
I hate turn-based haters. I really do. They get on my nerves.
Me too.
I don't hate turn-based.
Like, grow up. No, literally. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about turn-based haters. Like, grow up.
Why are you attacking me? Like,
no, what did they fuck me for?
I really do hate turn-based haters. Like, I want to button mash. Like,
me too. You got to think about the fight.
I would say Three Houses is like turn-based. That's more like chess.
It is turn-based. It's
turn-based, but it's chess.
It is strategy.
It's like strategy. Yeah. That game's great.
That game is great.
Fire Emblem, like Final Fantasy Tactics, or they're the kind of same kind of thing.
I'd never played Final Fantasy Tactics, but I think so. It's like you control like the map is a bunch of grids. And you like control people. Yeah.
That's how. Yeah. Is that how all Fire
Emblems? Yeah.
Fire Emblems play.
Yeah, and they're all fucking bangers. The Fire Emblem Awakening was the best one. That shit was awesome.
Call it like what do they call it? Like dating sim chess or something like that.
Pretty much.
It is very heavily on the dating.
What is it about? Are they all different universes like Final Fantasy? Or
it's an anthology. Yeah, it's like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
they're all connected somehow. But listen, if we were to get into the lore of Fire Emblem, we'd be here for 6 hours.
Any JRPG, and why they're connected, it would be like we'd be here all night.
Yeah, we'd be here all fucking night. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just playing Persona 3, playing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I'm gonna make a video on it probably in the next 2 weeks.
Nice.
I've been just having a good time. Just kind of cracking on.
I've been playing Helldivers like crazy, dude. Before we slide into the news, like, have you guys seen all the Helldiver mech stuff getting leaked and everything?
Yeah, I don't think they've leaked it. I think they were just like slowly releasing it into the game.
No, it's data files leaks. Someone did. And
damn!
It was like people on Twitter, or not Twitter, but Reddit was like posting it. But it's like leaking. But apparently, like there, vehicles like the Warthog, like from Halo, basically, is like a type of vehicle is also coming to the game, which is totally needed.
Yes, I finally experienced that device last night. I was playing Helldivers 2 last night. The past 2 days has been awful for me, Helldivers. I don't know what it is. Yeah,
same, dude. Like, well, you know what it is? It's like all the new players have finally be able to get into the servers. So they're all kind of still learning. They're all like, it's all level 10s and level 5s.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's just garbage players I'm experiencing lately. I think I see you guys or something. I don't know.
Same. I don't play unless I'm playing with somebody that I know.
It's playable with random strangers because there's some players that will cooperate, but lately that they have not been doing that.
Well, just like completing objectives is probably easy, but like trying to gather samples and everything is really difficult.
Pisses me off, dude. I genuinely got angry the other day. No, seriously, Bryan. Like, it's people who because like we do everything. That's the goal here. That's how you level up faster. No one's doing that. Just go to objective A, then go to B and extract. What's the point of us coming here?
That's like I'm saying. Like these early level people don't know to do that. Like they think that's how you just complete a mission. Like they don't know to do all the extra stuff.
That's funny. I've actually run into the experienced players doing that. Like where they're just like, they know where everything is, so they're just like boom, 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 and then they go and get it.
You do. I mean, there's players that do that, but not all players do that.
Yeah, but I'm spending some more to people that's not doing it. I saw it at level 50 last night, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, let's slide on to the news since we actually got a lot to cover today. So let's go ahead and do that, guys. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but Wendy's was I'm going to say past tense, was planning to do price surging, kind of like Uber.
Yeah.
How they do like if you try to take an Uber during the middle of like I guess like 6 o'clock, they're gonna surge the price. It's gonna jump up because of everyone else is trying to get an Uber at the same time. So
yeah, it's like prime time.
Go up. So Wendy's was planning on testing this on February 26th. Wendy revealed a new pricing system that could see the price raise during peak demand. Could see the prices rise during peak demand.
Yeah.
But since people have such a big problem with that, which obviously they should.
It's so fucking stupid for a fast food restaurant to look us in the eye and say, "Hey, if you want lunch at lunchtime, I'm going to charge you more money."
Yeah.
Pen that
what the fuck are they thinking?
It kills me when.
But since then, they did retract that. They're not going to do that anymore.
Fuck them.
Yeah, speaking of that, it kills me when these companies do these outlandish statements. Then you see people complaining about it. And, oh, no, we don't want to do this anymore. So what's the point of you trying to do it for anyways? When you're not going to be backlash. What's the logic behind that?
See, this is like if you don't speak up, then they'll just keep doing it. And then they do it long enough where it's just normalized. That is true. But because we got to the jump on it immediately, and people are like, "Whoa, what the fuck? What are you you're gonna do what now?" They backed off of it because everyone on social media was like, "No, fuck off with that." But if they would allow that to go through, that would have been so normalized so quickly, and that would have been the fall, dude. That would have been like the floodgates breaking open. Because you think Wendy's is going to get away with that, and not McDonald's or anybody else was going to like hop onto that bandwagon? No.
Oh yeah, they absolutely
will. Wendy's is doing it, like McDonald's. Because if it was McDonald's, it would pass by. Wendy's
I think anybody. Well, McDonald's is big. Don't get me wrong, but I think people still would have had like a major problem with that.
Yeah, it's a stupid business model. It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Just because it's like peak hours.
Yeah, it's like capitalism is ruining every single thing. People just get more money.
That would even stop though, like during like you rush hour. That if there was like a basketball game in like the town, like in like Charlotte or per se, right? And like there was like one McDonald's that was like super busy because of it. They would have it like they would have a slice price surge.
Yeah. No, it's stupid.
Like that's insane.
Don't they already
Like
do
you
that
go
with
in there
pizza?
thinking you got like the like. Ever since they got rid of the dollar menu, it's like. Yeah, they're gonna charge you like $20 for a burger or something.
Yeah, no, they don't. Tell you, price surging isn't a thing with food. It's just like stadiums can charge whatever they want because you're locked in their like place.
Yeah, you
for
don't have
sporting
options.
events.
You have to like you're
and
there.
if you leave, you often like lose your ticket. Like if you go into a stadium
Yeah.
and then come back, you often lose your ticket. So they can do whatever the fuck they want for whatever the hell they want.
When I went to Carowinds, a Gatorade was like $4.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Kidding
It's
me.
crazy.
Water's like $5. It's fucking insane. Like $5 for water. You get out of here.
Drink your
It's
spit.
very
It's like that's okay. I'll wait for it to rain since that will be free.
yeah, and just put a little cup.
That's actually illegal too, by the way.
Yeah, let's say him stop me.
All right.
I'll put a big funnel in my mouth. Stand up like that. What are you gonna do?
I don't know why
Big
that-
government, come
I don't know
stop
what
me.
I don't know that quote made me laugh. Let's see, stop me.
Yeah, let's see him stop.
What a hard ass over here.
I thought this was America.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was America. Yeah, let's see him
damn.
stop me drinking rainwater.
Oh God. Oh, it's so funny. Let's put a just a.
Hit him with the.
You're
what are you
just
gonna
like
do
put a
about it?
big funnel in your mouth and you're just
That's what I'm
punching
saying,
air.
like, put a big funnel and just look at this guy.
Go.
I'm about to make the biggest gulp of my life. It is gonna be 100% rainwater.
Oh my God.
You'll never get that water back,
That's
big
an
government.
insane law to have. That's just ridiculous.
It is an
Rainwater?
insane law.
That's like it's illegal to kill yourself. What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Is it
arrest
is it
me?
real?
I
Yeah,
think
you
so.
didn't see that guy setting himself on fire. Then that cop was pointing a gun at him. What are you gonna do? Shoot?
Shut up. That's real. That's like a funny joke, actually.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Stop it. So who kills who? He's killing someone. The cop killed him.
He's like, I'm gonna deny you from killing yourself.
Oh God.
I'm gonna be you're gonna die from gunshot.
How you gonna tell me? That's what it was saying.
You guys ever heard of suicide by cop?
Yeah, happens all the time.
Say it again.
Suicide
Suicide
by
by
cop.
cop. It's like where you can't kill yourself, so you're gonna have a policeman do it for you
That's the
by
thing.
doing some.
Yeah, you do something so like for example, if you like this happens a lot in like murder homicides. It's that somebody kills somebody and then they realize that they're going to jail for like the rest of their lives, but they can't find it upon themselves to kill themselves with the murder weapon. So they will typically hold a hostage or start a shootout with police in the hopes that the police will shoot them dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake you up with that. I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, it happens a good
But
bit.
some people will just like run up to police and then they just shoot them.
Yeah, it's
Well,
What
fucking
would
wild.
you
Vote
guys
the
do? What would be like the
police.
dumbest thing you would have to do to get suicide by cop?
I don't know.
Speed? We're brown. What do you mean? Like,
Like walk out somewhere?
Yeah.
Walk into a Walmart? Just get
Literally, yeah. I just walk out and I can just.
shot? Dude, you know I experienced racism.
all right. Tell me
I
more.
did.
Tell me more.
I've been because I go to the store with Florisol and Artudel,
Yeah.
and then I get profiled with them because they think I'm Latino. I
That's
legitimately experienced
fuck.
racism. It's insane.
Yeah. What
Say it
happened?
again?
Tell me
No,
the
say it
Oh,
story.
dude,
again.
they think.
Say that all again.
So what's that?
What
Repeat
happened?
yourself.
For some reason when I'm with them, they think I'm also Latino, so they profile me with them.
Yeah, it's 'cause
I'm not
they-
kidding.
It's because they
It's
think that
insane.
white people won't hang out with Latino people.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but it pisses. I legitimately get pissed off. I'm like, wow, this is fucking bullshit.
How do they
They're
profile
Latino,
you?
are they?
Because I went to Target to buy like a espresso machine,
Yeah.
and they have for whatever reason this particular Target had the espresso machine. I get like the thing on, the black thing they put on the fucking machines, right?
Yeah,
they
so that
just
people
put a
don't
key
steal
on.
them. The spider.
They had that on there, but they also had it roped down to the shelf.
Yeah.
Why the fuck they have it roped down to the shelf if they have a thing on it that like will beep off? So you have to call someone to like come get it.
Yeah.
and then you have to have someone at the counter to undo the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So like I ask, I'm like, hey, actually, hang on. Like first off, I asked a guy, I'm like, hey, can I get this? And I pointed at the thing, and he was like, yeah, when you take it to the counter and buy it. And then I looked at him like, it's tied to the fucking shelf, idiot. And he's like, he just stares at me pissed off, and he's like,
what do you want, boy?
Yeah, he looks at it and like, well, this guy was black, so he.
So.
Anyway, like he realizes like, what the fuck, this is tied down. Why the fuck is it tied down?
Why is it tied down?
He has to call a manager to come unlock it. The manager comes, and it's this white guy, and I make a joke. I'm like, what's up with this? Like, does people steal these a lot? And the guy's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, all right. Well. And he unlocks it, and I grab it. I'm like, all right, thanks, man. And he's like, okay. This motherfucker follows us around the entire store. I'm just walking back to the front, but I see him in my peripherals walking lateral to me.
Yeah.
From and just watching me walk all the way up, and then to the point till I get to the cash register to pay for it. He's like just slowly he's stalking and then looking over at me. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Then he follows me out to the parking lot, and I'm like, I'm going to beat your ass.
Why did he follow you outside?
He was profiling. He thought I was trying to steal it.
That's not racial profiling. He just thought he was going to steal it.
Yeah, that it wouldn't. I've been in that spot. They're supposed to take the machine with the manager is supposed to take the machine to the register. Like, they shouldn't be following you around.
Nah, he was following me around. It legitly. And then, today, I was at the mall. I was in Nordstrom, and I had 2 different employees watching me and our Toodle while we're walking around, and that pissed me off.
Sorry, I just spilled my coffee.
You guys are right. Racism is real. What the hell?
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go back.
No,
anyway.
I don't. Yeah, they're that line.
Anyway, we're getting so far in the weeds here. Enough of my little spiel. That was a couple weeks ago, and I'm still kind of irritated. It's irritated that I get oh well, actually, if I put a beanie on and I put my hood up on my head and you just see my face, I'm white. I'm clearly pale white, right? But I went into a
gas station.
But I guess it's my mustache or something. But me and Florissa went to what is it? What is that fucking it's a Spanish store. But it's they only sell Spanish products and stuff. I can't remember the name of it. But we got up to the counter, and then they just started speaking to me in Spanish, and I'm like, I'm green dye pale, and I'm like, I guess I just look Latino.
No, isn't
I don't know.
Puerto Ricans usually your skin color? It wasn't Mike your color.
Puerto Ricans can be pale. I mean, there are some pale, but I'm pretty pale, so.
Or you could be from Spain or whatever.
But I guess. So if I'm
you're clearly white. I can tell you're white without even
I know I'm
knowing
clearly white, but I'm
some people used to think I was Dominican. I got that twice.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I mean, a lot of black guys are, yeah.
Well, how Dominican people look like black people?
Like Dominicans are black. They just don't want to say that they're black.
Yeah.
We lost Bryan's feed. Camera feed.
No. Me not black.
No, Poppy. Me no black. Me Dominican. While Bryan's fixing that, we're gonna just move on, since we still got 4 or 5 things to get through here. All right, so you guys, you tell me you've seen you've definitely seen the Willy Wonka thing on Twitter, right?
I saw it, read bits of it, and just kept scrolling.
Dude, I have seen it's been nothing but on my feed.
Yeah.
So anyone that doesn't know has been living under a rock for the while. Oh, we lost Bryan.
Yeah.
The Willy Wonka immersion experience. So apparently, police were called at an event described as the Willy Wonka experience in Gasglow. I guess that's in the UK or something.
Yeah, but this is UK stuff.
Yeah, this is in the UK, and some angry parents demanded a refund for this experience because it was hellacious. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures or not.
Yeah, dude,
Bryan,
this thing. Sorry, I fixed my shit. I just got informed about this yesterday. You were tweeting to us about it, and I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I finally caught up with what it was. Insane behavior. This is the funniest thing.
So apparently, okay. So just to like describe why parents wanted this was that this like Willy Wonka experience was using AI like imagery.
Crockett, hold on. Before you start, they weren't even allowed to call it the Willy Wonka experience. It was Willy McDuff.
Willy McDuff.
And the Wonky Doodles. It was Willy McDuff and the Wonky Doodles. So it wasn't even.
Someone made a tweet like tired parents want to take their kids somewhere. And they found out it was a huge disappointment.
So they took them.
It's ridiculous.
So this event was advertised as a journey filled with wondrous creatures and enchanting surprises at every turn. It was canceled by the organization House of Illuminati midway through Saturday following the complaints from the parents. Pictures have been posted on Twitter and they are fucking insane.
It's an entertainment company that puts on these events.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is like the pictures are it's just a warehouse.
Yeah, it's a warehouse.
With like, it looks like a shitty like haunted house.
Dude, like the floors are disgusting. It looks like someone took out a meth lab and put all of this shit in.
Look at what is it called? The Oompa Loompas? They were like doing meth or something, like fake candy was in the
They were doing like science experiments.
Now let me this story reminds me of what's the thing the exhibit was part of? The Fire Island. What that island was called? It reminds me of that story.
Fire Island. They compared it to Fire Island again.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they compared it to Fire Island. The reason why it got compared to Fire Island is because it was advertised as like like Crockett said, like a magical experience, all that kind of stuff. They had a quarter cup of lemonade, and every kid got a single jelly bean as like their candy when they signed up. And Crockett mentioned it, but I interrupted him. Everything was generated by AI. Everything about the show was generated by artificial intelligence, including the script and like all of the images in the advertisement copy. And so the script was that Willy McDuff, a chocolate inventor, was going to face off against something called the Unknown, who lived in the walls of the factory.
Like
the fucking Unknown is crazy because it's literally just like this person in a black robe and like a silver mask with this big puffy hair, and they're standing like behind like and they stand behind this mirror. It's just like a mirror, and they're like, and then it's like you hear Willy Wonka in the video go, "In the unknown," and it's like
it literally just like crawls out like weird, and then a kid goes, "No."
What the fuck is the unknown? Why is there a demon living in
this? Is one of the situations where you have to be stupid to go.
You have to laugh. Yeah, you have to.
Sound like a scam. Like completely.
Dude, that's why all these parents wanted the refund.
Yeah. So the guy
the unknown.
The guy that
go ahead.
No, sorry. You go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like, you really want to take your kid to a Willy Wonka place? Like,
well, they I don't know. These people, these parents just wanted to do something, I guess.
Yeah, just wanted to do
something
for the
AI
kid.
thing, I guess. Like it was just a bunch of old people got tricked by like AI art.
Yeah,
thinking it was like this wonderful thing.
That's
it's
the
just
scary
like,
thing about it. That's the topic itself.
It's just like this hilarious. Like they thought it was going to be an actual like Willy Wonka factory, and it's just a fucking meth lab with like random candy bits like placed everywhere with like tarps up.
You see the poster?
Like, to the wall.
It's literally a warehouse, but they got like one poster right there with Willy Wonka.
It's literally it. It is
and, like,
absolutely
a chocolate bar
wild.
and like
it is absolutely wild. But the guy that put it together, he has an Amazon writers page, and all of his content is written by AI. So like this is not the first time that he's tried to make money using AI. He's just like a scam artist. That's just like people will buy something, I'll make some cash out of it. So really,
dude,
fucked
have
up.
you seen the pictures of the Oompa Loompa? It's like an Oompa Loompa lady. Now. She's like painted orange, and she just look like just fucking tired. People have already been like making a bunch of art of her and everything. Yeah. It's like her and the Unknown have like been like the like stars of this because they just look so deranged.
The Unknown looks like fucking. It literally looks like Beetlejuice. It's bananas. That's a crazy story. I'm amazed that happened. I'm amazed that got through anywhere. I'm amazed that people paid for it.
Well, these were also like desperate. All the people, the guy who played Willy Wonka, the Oompa Loompa, the Unknown, all of them, they're all actors. They're just like, they just got scooped up. Yeah. They just needed money. That was it. They just.
I think that's some coin. There was the guy that got cast as Willy McDuff or Willy Wonka, said that he knew it would have been a red flag when he got cast as Willy Wonka and not an Oompa Loompa. It's a wild little story.
This is one of those second-hand embarrassment stories. I actually can see the family walking in and like, what is this? Yeah.
They're like, what are we doing? This is gross. And they're like trying to make the best of it, but they hand you like a quarter cup of lemonade and like fucking a jelly bean. And you're just like, he's like, dude, I would throw hands.
What were they promised? Were they promised like candy?
They were promised candy. They were promised food, and they just got absolutely none of it. It was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
Is Willy Wonka, is that trademark by any chance? It was free to use?
No, absolutely trademark, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they couldn't say Willy Wonka, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, they were saying Willy McDuff and the Wonky Doodles.
Dude, that's one of those things like where you're like, the Willy Wonka experience, and then you get there, and then it's like, Willy McDuff, what the hell is that?
Yeah, it was wild. Crazy story.
Honestly, there's a lot of people. That's the funny thing is, if it would have been like a fever dream if it was just you showing up and it was like that, right? But if this was like a lot of people, so everyone was able to turn to each other and be like, yo, what is this?
What is going on?
I see the parents just talking. And the kids just like uncomfortable, like, what is this?
Yeah, like kids crying because the unknown is a creature from hell hollering out of them.
That's just scary. That's insane.
It's like candy. Let's go to the next story here.
And it's like such a skinny mirror, and you can literally hear a kid going, "No."
I just love how he says like Willy Wonka, the guy playing with, like in the unknown, and then they're like, they just coming out of the room.
Stupid ass.
Dude, I hope they do it again so I could go. I'd go to this.
Throw hands. I would throw hands.
That's like one of those things. Like, yeah, I would probably cringe. Like, I would die from cringe.
Yeah, I think I can't handle that. I'm too susceptible to cringe. I can't fucking handle it.
I hate secondhand embarrassment.
Dude, it's the worst. The worst.
It literally looks like a really terrible haunted house.
Yeah, it looks like they put it up like the day before.
This is a summer ween house.
The fucking morning it was happening.
But like I'm trying to think of like who was training these people, who was like there coordinating them to be like, okay, do you need to do this and this is like how you do that?
Crockett, that's a secret. It was nobody.
They just got these actors already just got there.
Yeah,
and it was just like, what do we do? Like like even the actors were like, there was just like this is like a Goosebumps episode or something like.
The unknown starts taking kids.
There's actually like a lot of people outside of this warehouse.
Yeah, the people were excited for it. It was going to be like a cute kid activity. But nope.
I'm on Twitter.
How much is 35 pounds? Because that's how much it was insured. That's like $60, right?
35 quid.
No, $40. It's $40.
Yeah.
It was a $40 experience.
Yeah, $40 tickets. Yeah.
Per ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably. Let me see. It's $37.99 US dollars.
I was gonna say, I see fan art. The girl and the mask guy.
I love that.
Is he like the original character here, or don't know?
Yeah, well,
is it really walking
Tay, the whole script was written by AI.
Yeah,
there is nothing that makes sense. The whole script is written by AI.
How does that work?
They just said on GPT, write me a story about a chocolatier fighting off against an evil chocolatier. You just put a bullshit prompt.
I like how they wrote the unknown. Like,
yeah, you put a bullshit unknown and then like ChatGPT.
Dude, this is all AI has to do. This is all Skynet has to do to write something like this, and it's just like a factory, and it just has a bunch of machine guns, and it just mows down everybody.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all the machines have to do to take over. We fucking fell for the AI, the Willy Wonka experience. The Willy McDuff experience.
The Willy McDuff. It's so fucking silly. Yeah, it's all AI. So the unknown is not real. It's not a thing. It's just a guy in a mask. Talking about secondhand embarrassment, Stanley Cup is being sued for their lead in their cups.
Hopefully none of the girlies watching realize they're getting lead poisoning.
So first of all, have you heard about the Stanley Cup situation, Ty?
No, not at all.
So first of all, Stanley Cups became really popular overnight because they released a bunch of them through
Stanley
exclusivity
cups?
deals with Target. It's a insulated water cup, not unlike these guys. It's like it looks kind of just like this, but with a fucking handle and a big
this is the
straw.
one all the girls on TikTok have.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
it's just
Okay.
like it's like a trendy.
Oh, that's what that thing is. Okay, gotcha.
It's super weird. It's like it's just when did a cup come so trendy? I get it's like a Yeti cup, but just Stanley.
Yeah. What I think is
Stanley's
happening
been
is
around
like,
for it. This is the same thing how I feel about Champion. Champion used to be like no one gave a fuck, and then it just became really popular one day.
this is one of those things that I feel like the brand paid a whole lot of money to a couple of influencers to like generate some hype for the bottle, and then the trend just caught on because they just spent enough money. And it started going wild on TikTok. And the bottles are on an exclusivity deal, I think, with Starbucks and like Target, if I'm not mistaken.
Starbucks? Are you sure it's on with Starbucks?
Starbucks was selling some of them, and then Target was selling a lot of them. I know that because some guy got arrested because he walked behind a Starbucks counter and took a box of Stanley cups with him.
That's funny.
He there's a video and the guy literally goes behind the counter, grabs a box, someone tries to grab him, and he like shakes him off like he's playing football, and then just legs it out of the store.
Dude, that's one of those things. If you have enough confidence, no one's gonna stop you.
Yeah, it was so for like 3 weeks, Stanley Cups was all that you could hear of. They were like, they're selling out, people want them, people are getting arrested because they're trying to get the Stanley Cups by stealing them, people are waiting in line, they're fighting. It's like Black Friday with these fucking stupid cups.
They were, you know, I saw like when it was some kind of, I think a particular pinkish Stanley Cup was coming out.
It was the Valentine's Day Stanley Cup.
Yeah, people were camping outside of like a Target.
Yeah,
They
that's the
were
one I
literally
seen,
like,
the
it was
pink
like game
one. Yeah.
releases. And apparently like there was like posts. I remember this because there's like posts coming up like some random guy was like, hey, what are you guys waiting for? And they literally, all these girls were like, we're waiting for a cup.
Yeah.
It's a cup.
Bananas.
Cup.
Crazy stupid. And granted, by the way, some of these people have like...
Is this the way we look like when we're going to midnight releases
No,
for
we're
games?
not.
No.
Is this what
There's
we
a
look
clear
like to
difference.
people?
Yeah, it's clearly a difference. Yeah.
There's a big difference in what we're doing.
Before we like
How much are these cups? Like $40?
They're like $45. I think so.
a good
Like
quality cup like that is like at least like 40 and up. Like
Stanley
Yetis are
cups.
very expensive, but it's
Stanley
a good brand
drinking
actually.
cups. So anyway, the reason why we bring this shit up is because for the last couple of weeks, Stanley Cup has been... Say, why are you laughing?
Because like this story, the previous story, and the one next is like humans are
Ridiculous.
stupid. Yeah,
We're so dumb. So dumb. We should not have made it past 40 at any given point.
You can go on.
The reason why we're talking about this right now is because over the last couple of weeks, it came out that there is lead in the Stanley Cups. And so people find out that there's lead in the cups and started a fucking smear campaign against Stanley on TikTok.
Well, I think it's like there's something with their like the process of how they make the cup.
Yeah, well,
Apparently,
hold,
like they has like it could be.
hold on. I'm getting to that. I'm getting
Wait,
to that.
okay.
I'm getting to that. So we fucking go, and I love this story because there is nothing more satisfying to me than watching a bunch of fucking dumb fucking idiots on the internet learn about basic manufacturing processes online. These people, how do you think this shit gets made? So anyway, fucking Stanley Cup, someone finds lead in them, right? And then all of a sudden, all on TikTok and Twitter, there's people going like, oh, there's lead in your Stanley Cups. Here's mine with a lead test. It came back positive. Yada, 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 whatever the fuck. Stanley Cup made a statement and essentially had to go, listen, you absolute bellends.
It's like, is a bellend? Hold on.
Bellend is
British.
the tip of... That's true. Bellend is the tip of a dick, in case you didn't know. That's what that means.
What? Dude, if that's on a game show, and that was the $1 million question, I would have never guessed it's the tip of the dick.
Like, what is
You tell me you knew? You didn't
no,
know that.
I didn't know, but I knew it was British related.
Yeah, it's British related. I knew it was British. It's like saying bollocks. At least bollocks sound like balls.
I'm glad
Anyway,
that I was able to
continue.
teach you all
Please
something.
I've been drinking my Stanley Cup too long.
So these absolute bellends, the Stanley Cup to release is like, hey, it's part of the manufacturing process. Like, it's a vacuum seal. It's like an air sealed insulator. There's a chamber of air that protects your drink from getting hot or cold, and we need to weld that. And the way that we weld it is that we use a lead welding to weld that so that it never comes loose, essentially. It's like just a little bit of, it's a dollop of lead that they use to weld this big thing encased in steel. There is absolutely no way that lead gets into your cup unless like something horribly bad happens during manufacturing. So now Stanley has been getting flack by the same people that were praising them fucking 6 weeks ago. Because there's lead.
From my knowledge, that's not how lead poisoning works. You got to consume the lead, not put your tongue onto something.
Yeah, well, that's what they like. But here's why this pissed me off when it first came out, because people don't understand how like exposure to anything works. People don't understand how you get sick from things. They're like, oh my god, it's got lead, I'm immediately gonna die. It's like, no, it's not touching the thing that you're drinking. You absolute idiot. Like you probably shouldn't buy a $45 Stanley Cup because you look like an idiot anyway. When you're waiting in line for 6 hours at the goddamn Starbucks to get your big Stanley Cup.
Those
it's just
cups
it's like something trendy.
No, those cups are around that price. Like Yeti's around that price too.
Yeah. But they're buying the popularity. They're buying to be popular.
They're buying 3, 4 of them, 6 of them, and then they're like, "Oh no, my bottle has lead," and then it's just like, "Yeah, what did you expect? That's how all water bottles are made."
There's a meme going around where it's like this like dog smiling, and it's got like a little Stanley cup, and it's like, "More lead, please," and it's got a big smile on its face, like.
So funny.
A waiter, more lead, please.
More lead, please. Stupidest story I've ever seen. The fact that they got so popular, the fact that people are like, "Me, it's got lead now." It's like, yeah, well, fuck you. That's what you get for waiting in line for 6 hours. You get lead poisoning.
Yeah, I ignored it when it was popular. But I keep seeing these TikTok girls with these pink cups, but I never understood what was going on until now.
Well, now you know. The company literally had to go to social media and just be like, listen, please, it's how every one of these bottles are made. Shut the fuck up.
I like how the next story is equally as stupid.
Equally as stupid. This one pissed me off more.
Really? It pissed you off more?
Isn't this like the 10th case of this happening? This isn't. This
is about the lead poisoning or the next thing?
No, the next thing. This is something that's always been brought up.
All right.
It's yeah. Go ahead, Crocker. Give us
I'll
that
go
headline.
ahead. So if the lead poison doesn't get your brain like nice and cooked, the gaming scent might. So. In an attempt to increase immersion, one company is working on a device that can trigger smells to match what you're playing in a game called GameSense. GameSense uses an AI system to produce audio cues in real time and releases a scent that corresponds with real action on screen. This includes smoky aromas of the battle and calming fragrances of the forest. The GameSense is a system incorporated with a hexagon-like box that contains cartridges that contain various of fragrances, including clean air, neutralizers to reset the atmosphere after a gaming session. Since a plan to be made available to buy separately will include aromas such as blood, ocean, sports, arena, and freshly cut grass.
Stupid.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
GameSense, I got this right here ready.
Yeah.
I need it for Street Fighter 6. Chun-Li versus Juri.
All right, lock his ass up. Go ahead and lock him.
Fucking lock him up in horny jail.
Put his ass in the brig right now. Freaks like him can't be let out. Don't let him anywhere near.
What's the liquid
the damn game center?
It's just listen. This one. You remember when cinemas were trying to do this?
Yeah, this is the first story I heard.
No, what?
Yeah.
This is
like 5 years ago, like right before the 3D craze, when 4D was like kind of like being a thing, there was a cinema that tried to do a scent-based immersion thing like this, and it failed horribly. You want to know why it failed horribly? Because they couldn't get the fucking smell off of the theater when they were done. Everything smelled disgusting because they just had like release spray going, and it just smelled like whatever the fuck the last movie that was playing by, and they could not get the smell off the fabric of the theater. It was gross. They had to like scrap the whole theater. It's like such a bad idea.
When I went to Universal Studios, like there's this little Stitch ride, and when Stitch burps, it smells like chili dogs and all that stuff. You smell the scent. So I'm trying to figure out, because you can't just put in a chemical and make it magically smell like anything.
Well,
it has
you
to be
can.
specific stuff, right? That's not
You
how
have
it
to
works.
mix it.
But but getting that out of the room is the hard part. Because once that's why they had the smell resetter, where I guess it kills all the fragrance in the air, and then it like shoots out another one.
Someone
But
said,
Which is a smart idea.
Here's a war.
Like,
on
what
with
is it?
this. It's just
Resident Evil
disgusting.
7, the table scene.
Fuck that. Why would you want
Oh, dude, ew, yeah, you got it. That's it. Fuck, what was that?
I've seen a lot of tweets about that.
I don't even know what that smells like.
Yeah, why would you want this? Why would you want this? It's like most gamers already sit in like a stinky ass fucking room.
Well, that's why they need the game sense, so they can smell like gunshots and shit.
They can do like fucking smells like napalm in here. Stupid
Yeah, that's
fucking
the thing I
box.
thought of. Was like
I
smoke. And
saw
bullets
Jeff
and all that
Keighley's
stuff.
like tweeted out something like saying, "Hey, like a DLC smell was like human feces."
Oh,
Great
gross.
game. What'd you say?
I don't know. That's a DLC scent. Like that's
What
can
game
just-
was
that's
that?
something you can buy after that's coming
It's
later.
for Red Dead Redemption 2, actually, when your horse sticks a
Oh,
shit.
horses.
You know,
No,
it's
it's just like, what do you mean? When you walk to the whorehouse, that's what it's gonna smell like.
Jesus Christ. It's a fucking...
There isn't really
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, smell doesn't really affect gaming. It shouldn't affect gaming.
No, it shouldn't. It's fine.
I
don't
get
need
it. I
this much
guess like
immersion.
it's like if you have VR and you just want to do another, it's for dummies that just need to increase the. Now, what smell would it play if I was just playing Yu-Gi-Oh constantly?
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It smells good. Fresh Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
okay,
I love that.
new card scent. Okay, new card scent.
I mean, I'd be okay. I'd be
What
just
would
get an air
Blue Eyes White
freshener.
Dragon smell like? Victory? What is victory? It smells like cinnamon buns.
Smell like rich.
Rich, money, cash, bread, moolah, bread,
What does red eye smell like? Broke.
stinky,
Smells
trash,
like, it
garbage,
smells like a
rubbish,
New York deli.
It smell like Joey.
piss.
Like Italian
shit.
seasoning.
Listen, stupidest thing I've ever heard is this
Yeah, this isn't
fucking...
gonna go anywhere.
It's so dumb. It's AI.
It's
like
another gimmick.
AI empowered. People are gonna buy it. They're gonna make some TikTok memes out of it, and then they're gonna throw it away because it makes your room fucking stinky.
Just like PSVR 2.
Yeah. Ooh, bummer.
Is that a story?
Swish,
Nah, I'm sorry.
dunk on him.
Everyone saw that a mile away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a bummer too.
It sucks. Yeah, I don't like making that joke. I don't like making that joke, but damn, it really did go nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah.
They just didn't make one AAA game for it.
They did Horizon,
That's what they
but
gotta
just-
do. You have to
they
make a
need to
fucking
make,
AAA
like-
game if you want VR to do well.
A lot of these, I don't want to go in the rabbit hole. That's a different story. But it was,
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, moving on from the fucking game scent.
You smell that? Oh, shit! Like you smell it? You smell what the Rock's cooking over here? Game scent, baby.
Nintendo is suing the creators of the Switch emulator Yuzu.
What's fucking new?
Yeah,
They
so
always suing.
Nintendo is so like Nintendo has the reputation of redoing all this shit. They also have the reputation of like their games are constantly being emulated because they have notoriously
Jesus, I
horrible
wonder
access.
why.
Because they have horrible access to past games. It's a nightmare. But the Yuzu was the most recent emulator built to emulate Switch games. And in fact, it became so ubiquitous that in some of the adverts for the Steam Deck, the logo for Yuzu was seen as one of the games that you could access on the home screen. Because somebody just recorded a Steam Deck that had Yuzu in it with Emu Deck. Anyways, I didn't mean to take over what you were going to read, Crockett, but
No, go ahead. You can.
hey, essentially, Nintendo is suing Yuzu for facilitating piracy at a massive scale. And I did this quote. In the lawsuit spotted by Stephen Totillo, Nintendo alleges that Yuzu violates the anti-circumvention and anti-trafficking provisions of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, the DMCA, as well as accusing the creators of copyright infringement, since Yuzu is primarily designed to circumvent several layers of Nintendo Switch encryption so that the users can play copyrighted Nintendo games, essentially.
So wasn't there a previous story that Nintendo can't sue Dolphin?
So there was something
what's the
similar
issue here?
happening with Dolphin.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the Dolphin situation ended up in. I have to look that up. But as far as I understand, Dolphin was going to be added into the Steam store. and then Nintendo was just like, it's not.
Okay.
And then, but what happened is that Nintendo was just like, absolutely not. You cannot put that in the Steam store. Like, it encourages piracy. And so they went into a lawsuit, yada, yada, yada. Nintendo, like, halfway won. And Dolphin is still available, but it's not on Steam. As far as I know, that's how it happened. But it also lost that battle with the Dolphin emulator because emulation is mostly viewed as a way for game preservation. So it became kind of recognized that Dolphin had no veritable threat to Nintendo in terms of profits. The only difference with Yuzu is that Yuzu, when the Steam Deck came out, Yuzu became widely available for users to be able to play Switch games on the Steam Deck. Then the tier. You guys remember when Tears of the Kingdom leaked?
Yeah.
So it leaked
like the game leak.
Yeah, the whole game leaked like a week or two before release.
Oh no!
And so during that time, yeah, like the whole game, people were playing the whole game early, and they were playing it on Yuzu.
Yeah.
So during that week, the Patreon for Yuzu grew 200%. Which means that people were going to Yuzu so they could play Tears of the Kingdom earlier. And so Nintendo is now arguing that element of the use of Yuzu caused harmful numbers to their sales. And like that's a lot of the legality that they're going after there.
Oh my god, dude.
Nintendo, that's more of the store's fault than actually people who are doing emulation. The store date was released early. People brought copies. They're obligated to do what they want with those copies. And they made a wrong out of it. That's not the people who did this fault. I don't understand the argument.
Damn, that's almost like another like case against like for them to stop using physical cells.
Nintendo always been anti-emulation and other stuff regarding online PC stuff. Yeah. They always been that way.
Nintendo has been the most notorious like anti-emulator person ever. But to be honest with you, like Nintendo it's one of the people like it hits the most by emulation because they have bad backwards compatibility and like their retro devices are hard to find. So like it's hard to play things on original hardware.
They value I forgot the term for it, but like before they released the Mario 3D All-Stars collection, those games was like hard to freaking
scarcity, the value scarcity.
Yeah, very scarcity. So like I was texting Giovanna the other day, like I really fucking want Pokemon Fire Red so badly. I am not paying $80 for a game
for a cartridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I have a copy of it.
Do you want it?
It's my girlfriend's copy.
Does she want it? I will legit pay her.
$80.
God. But I legit hate playing Pokemon Fire Red on my phone. I want to play it authentic as possible. Or they release like a Switch version, I will buy that. Well, they won't.
What they didn't have that emulator that like, or it's not an emulator. It's Nintendo like like the hard shell like Game Boy thing like that they just released and has all those emulated games already on it.
I haven't heard about it.
Oh, yeah, that device. I don't know how that works either, because Nintendo should be mad about that, too.
I actually saw someone in my job has one of those. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
it's a legit physical emulation device you can use.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Nintendo, I know Dustin from Sacred Symbols got one.
Yeah, they're the analog pockets, or whatever they're called.
That's what it is, the analog pocket.
So that's legal
It's an emulation machine. It's an emulation machine, but they're not selling games.
Yeah, they're not selling games. They're
not selling games. So it's legal. Because they're selling, what they're selling is the platform.
Sonic. How much is that thing?
Yeah, that's like $50, dude. You should totally get it.
Dude,
they're awesome.
Sonic and fucking Zelda up there. That sounds awesome.
I think they had it like in limited numbers though. It's like it's kind of hard to get them now.
There's a few brands out there now, so you can find a couple of options, and they're all pretty good. But yeah, that's it. That's the news. Nintendo's going for them. Nintendo's being really aggressive with this lawsuit. They are telling them. They're asking the court to essentially ask Yuzu to eliminate all social media domains, URLs, chat rooms, forums, and for Yuzu to hand over the main website, yuzu-imu.org, to Nintendo so that they can like completely eradicate it from the internet. And they're asking for hard drives that the company is using to develop Yuzu to completely take it out. I don't think Nintendo's going to win this one. I think it's going to be. I'd be really interested to see how that goes, but it seems like a big ask for Nintendo to win this one.
Yeah.
I remember they had an issue where they took all the ROMs from the store, and I still have some on my phone somewhere. Remember that case where Nintendo shut down Emulator Paradise and all that stuff?
Yeah, I remember that a while back.
Yeah.
But it's not like they're making money off of these fucking titles anyway, because there's not a place to buy them.
No, what people are buying now is just straight up used copies of 20-year-old games now.
Yeah, there's not a place to buy them. So the fact that Nintendo, like, I understand going after the Switch emulator because the Switch is still an active console in the market. Hell yeah.
It's ROMs.
It's great. It's great. Like, it's super easy to do, and it's a huge thing for game preservation. Like, emulators are really important, especially if you as a company are not providing your audience the support to buy those games from you.
Yeah, I'm willing to buy those games and play thousands of times again.
Are they holding these things back so they can re-release them at some point when they feel like it to make more money off of them?
Probably.
But, like, even when they do re-release them, they're never in great quality anyway. They're on, like, just, like, they're all essentially... Didn't they release some kind of game where it was just a emulator version of their own game?
Mario 3D All-Stars, the first Mario 64 and Mario...
Super Mario RPG?
Galaxy. Well, I think Galaxy. But Super Mario 64 was straight up emulation. They didn't do nothing new with their game. Mario Sunshine was formatted to 16:9. It made an HD quality of it. I think Galaxy too. But the first one was a straight up emulation. They didn't even bother trying doing anything different for it.
It's really like I of course I'm not on the big company side. I think it's stupid that they're suing Yuzu for this. I think they should just get some better business practices.
Sega doesn't care, honestly. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about business practices, we got some big like sad news.
Dude, what
actually
the fuck? Like, what is going on with the game industry?
It's collapsing internet stuff.
It legitimately, we are seeing the end times right now.
No, someone tweeted out. Joe Grubb tweeted out. It's not a crash. It just is fixing itself essentially since the COVID issue.
What do you mean it's fixing itself? You think it overhired too many people?
Yeah.
I think that too. But I think that a lot of what we're seeing is they overhired to get people back into the offices during COVID and like pump out this really big titles. But I also think that they're realizing that the business model that they have is not sustainable. Like just the quality of the game development. Like EA announced that, for example, like EA is letting go 5% of the global staff.
Wait. Let's say why we're saying this. Like, so. Oh wait, was that what you're doing?
No, I don't know what you're. I don't know what you're
I'm just saying that like the reason like why we say this is because EA is trying. EA is laying off around 670 employees. Yeah. Sony is laying off around 900 employees.
Correct.
Around the world.
Yeah.
I think Saber is also.
No, like, Saber is becoming independent, so they're getting bought out.
But like Saber is going to fucking collapse in on itself. That is a damn for sure because they bought way too many studios.
That's not Saber isn't the company that bought the studios. Embracer is the company that bought the studios.
Embracer Group did, yeah.
So Embracer is going through cost-cutting measures. I'm sure at some point we'll see some layoffs from Embracer.
Yeah.
But Saber...
Okay, that's where I got those two confused.
Yeah. Saber is an independent studio that's getting sought out to a private investor. That's a whole nother business dealing. But EA has decided that they're no longer going to be focusing on future licensed IPs, and they've canceled the Star Wars FPS title that was like based on Mandalorian.
God, I miss they wanted that so badly.
Nah, we didn't.
That was awesome.
I knew nothing about it.
It was rumored
I don't have an opinion here, but they canceled that project. They have a couple of Marvel projects and a couple of other like Star Wars related projects. It's unclear whether that's going to be affected by the round of layoffs or by the new philosophy of like moving away from licensed IPs like that.
Or did that Marvel, the Captain America Black Panther game get canceled? Didn't they tease it like 2 years ago?
I don't know anything about it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Iron Man 2, actually. Yeah, they had like 2 games from Marvel.
Yeah, they get canceled. Or they're going to announce that they're going to get canceled.
But probably just shelved.
Yeah. So that's what EA is doing. I think they essentially quoted that gamers' like attentions and needs have changed too much, and so it needed massive restructuring, which to me just kind of sounds like they're saying like, oh, we couldn't sell you really unbroken and unfinished games, and we have bad business practices with bad monetization, so now we're punishing our workforce. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
because they made some bad decisions, focused on some bad projects, and now here we are.
It seems like the industry was changing so much that they couldn't keep up. Like gamers were, like the whole like them chasing a fad about like with Fortnite monetization, that they just couldn't keep up with like what people wanted.
Yeah, they just spent a lot of money chasing trends, and it didn't work.
And they should, because you can't pump out a game in 2 years.
Interestingly enough, though, Sony is laying off 900 employees. Let me read this directly from here. Sony says it's laying off around 900 employees of its PlayStation division, a reduction of its global headcount of around 8%. Sony's layoff will impact a variety of its PlayStation studios, including Insomniac, Naughty Dog, Guerrilla Games, and Firesprite. Sony layoffs are the latest in a wave that has been impacting the gaming and tech, whatever. The Sony layoffs are interesting because I went and I read sorry, I'll let you speak in a second. I read the article, and what they're saying is that their profits went up by $10 billion. Their financial expectations were not met. And part of the theory is that analysts suggest that the reason why that's happening is because they spend too much money developing games.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the reason.
Now, is that Sony like entertainment, like or is that Sony division. Overall?
Sony
like, the division. You know what's crazy about Sony is like, isn't it like their game division generate like a large percentage of their money?
Yeah,
even though they produce a lot of headphones and
since 2014, the PlayStation brand has been considered profitable for the PlayStation company.
Right.
That's their most valuable product compared to everything else. In fact, Sony has been actually losing money for years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me read something real quick. So
you forgot to add. By the way, welcome guys to PS Insight. I'm Tay. I'm your host. You forgot to mention Sony actually shut down London studio, the studio known for PSVR. That studio's gone now.
So completely gone.
Wait, I looked into their game titles. They weren't releasing shit.
Well,
what the fuck were their games were like nothing.
Everyone was agreeing too, like, why the heck is Meteor Molecule still alive? They need to go.
That's the hell is what?
That's the Meteor Molecule. That's Sony's one of Sony's first party studios.
Oh, what do they do? What games have they developed?
Little Big Planet.
Oh, okay.
And they haven't made anything since Dreams or Little Big Planet 3.
Wow.
Dreams should have been a PC game from the get go. It's made for PC. Their game bombed horribly on consoles, and that studio has been just doing absolutely nothing. I'm surprised somehow that studio still alive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but you can.
Let me read this quote that I pulled from my HK News video. The layoffs comes just days after Sony missed a PS5 sales target, which led to Sony's stock price plummeting by $10 billion. And while the PS5 outlook wasn't what Sony was expecting, analysts also pointed towards a near-decade low games margin, suggesting that the cost of making games is eating into Sony's gaming margins. So, like, we've had this conversation on the podcast a lot. Like, games are just too expensive. They're just too expensive to make.
We got confirmation since the Insomniac leak with the numbers. And the PlayStation Studios head, Herman Hulse, even came out and said, like, there's going to be some kind of restructure going on. So you got Herman Hulse, the PlayStation head studio, and the COO of PlayStation, the Hiroki guy, saying we need to restructure what we do. Yeah. We still can do the same games and stuff, but the budget needs to tone down.
Budget needs to go down, and I think that they need to focus on smaller, like A to AA, small budget to mid budget titles that make revenue to support the big budget titles. Like there needs to be smaller teams.
I think it also has to do with like it's not just like gaming companies, but it's just all companies. Like during after COVID, like they started hiring like crazy because they just started like and then they just examine what they needed. They just they overhired too many people. So now even like a lot of like if you see like those like TikToks where it's like the IT company people, they go in and they basically don't do anything. Like their job is literally nothing. They're like, it's like coming in on a day with me, like with my job as an IT person or whatever. And it's like they literally do nothing at their office, and then it's just companies just getting rid of those people. Where it's like, what do you do here exactly? I think it's the bulk of these layoffs are those type of people where they're like, I don't know what you do here.
So here's where I'm going to be like, let's err on the side of caution here. there's a chance that a good percentage of the layoffs are like kind of redundant jobs that were created due to COVID. Yeah. But at the end of the day, these are massive multimedia corporations that they just want to increase the profit margin of what they're doing. And we've been through the last couple of years where they've been following a trend in the gaming industry that has proved to be unsustainable, unprofitable, and requires a massive amount of resources, which is mainly games as a service. It's just the resource like drain that has on these companies is massive. And I think that that's following those trends, forcing studios to participate in those types of genres, and just blowing money have caused a lot of these layoffs, because the CEOs, they're not going to take a cut to support the employees through that time. You know, like people are overworked and they're underpaid, and CEOs are making a lot of money. And that's just kind of true for all of like corporate America and the gaming industry in particular. So like, yeah, some of those layoffs are probably COVID like related, but
yeah, definitely like cleaning house, a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But a lot of that is just like the companies followed bad trends. They made bad financial decisions. And now they're punishing a lot of the workforce instead of restructuring how the money is kind of handled throughout the company. I'm sure none of these fucking CEOs, and this is where I get into my anti-capitalist, anarchist bullshit. It's like, no, I'm sure none of the CEOs have agreed to take a pay cut to support the rest of the company.
No.
Oh, yeah. They don't care now.
So it's all about profit margins. And the only reason I say that is because I didn't want it to come off as saying that, like, oh, that like these layoffs are a thing that should be happening, or a things that make sense that it's happening. In a year where gaming had its most profitable, like one of the best years in terms of releases and profit, and we're getting massive layoffs, just to me indicates that there are CEOs over here that are saying like, it cost us way too much to make those kind of games. We can't afford it. We're punishing the rest of the company, instead of like restructuring how the finances are spent throughout like the C-suite of people.
Yeah, this is why we're seeing like PlayStation games on PC too. You got to get that money back.
Yeah, gotta get the money back. The games are expensive. They're fucking awful.
What you just said, isn't the gaming industry up by like 4% or something?
They made a lot of profit last year. Like they made I think from the last 2 to 3 years, they had a huge increase in profit margins.
Well, it's like Fortnite. Fortnite's like losing money. Like Fortnite isn't even profitable apparently.
And this is another mini lesson with it's so many licensing issues, but also people can't spend money. Like people are not affording to live comfortably. They have to choose what they're spending money on, and they're not going to spend $100 in Fortnite a month. That's just not the case. So those games as a service models are relying on whales that are willing to spend massive amounts of money on the game, and it's just not a sustainable business model.
Are you sure? Because I see a lot of people fucking buying skin. Like people hop on just to buy skins.
Yeah, but you got to think of like the resource drain that a game is having to keep that alive versus the profit margin that it's having. Profit is just everything that they make after they broke even. If you're spending $200 million on a marketing budget for the Ariana Grande skin or whatever the fuck, or the next Fortnite event, but you only make $50 million as a profit, it's just not sustainable. Eventually you're going to run out of money. And I think that's what's happening. Like game as a service is just an unsustainable business model for a lot of these companies.
It was just kind of like the flavor of the month, and it's kind of had its time in the sun now. It's like kind of dwindling.
Judging from PlayStation point of view, because I follow them the most, is interesting because Sony has admittedly they kind of backed away from games as a service.
Yeah.
But we just got Helldivers 2, and that was a massive success, unexpected success from PlayStation. So again, I mentioned that during the Xbox show. I can't read the gaming industry anymore.
So, and I think there's like, while it's true that Helldivers 2 was a huge success, they were only willing to spend enough money to make 100,000 server capacity for Helldivers 2 at first. Then they had to increase that. So Helldivers 2 was a low cost game, relatively speaking.
Yeah, it's a very
for
cheap
Sony
game.
brand. And then like it became wildly successful. And it became successful because it lacks all of the aggressive monetization of like the typical strategy for games as a service. Like the CEO said it. It's like you have to earn the trust to monetize your game, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's why Helldivers is an outlier in all of this. And if people try to follow the Helldivers business model, they're going to crash. They're going to crash and burn.
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought too. That's what I was telling Artudel this when we were playing the other day, where I'm like, dude, this is like, watch now in the next 4 years, you're going to see games like Helldivers come out, like similar to Helldivers, where they're going to follow that. They're following that. But that's the thing, is like, you can't keep up. You can't follow a trend in the gaming industry like that, because it takes way too long to produce a game.
Not that. It just like Helldivers was an anomaly, and Sony wasn't expecting much. But at the same time, those type of games are meant to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And the reason Helldivers is making a lot of money, not because it's the microtransactions and all that stuff recorded in the game. It just is a fun game.
It's like the player base.
Yeah.
It's completely the player base making the game.
Yeah, it's not making money from the battle pass and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see these companies making games like Helldivers 2.
Well, I see companies...
Because they don't see the value in that. They want to milk you as much as possible.
Yeah, I see companies that will try to follow the Helldivers 2 model, but add bits of monetization in it.
Yeah.
And get egregious with it, and that's when it's going to crash. I think that Helldivers is an anomaly.
I mean, it has it there, but it's not like egregious, where in the sense where it's like, you don't have to... It actually doesn't make a lot of sense to buy it. Like,
what I'm saying is...
It's just there if you really want to spend extra money on it.
What I'm saying is Sony is lucky that this game is a success. Because if it wasn't, it would have bombed. The game wasn't meant to be this money-driven type of game.
It wasn't meant to be a juggernaut.
No, but I guarantee they wish it was, considering how fun it is.
Well, we're definitely going to get a Helldivers 3.
Yeah, we are, but I'm saying it's like the way the game is structured from the live service, this perspective is like, I guarantee Sony wish it was more like something like Fortnite, Apex, or Call of Duty, where there's a whole bunch of stuff in it you have to buy.
Yeah.
They were lucky.
Well, I think those games, those games are kind of like on their way out. Like,
well, that's what Tay is saying. That's what Tay is saying, is that the reason why Helldivers is successful is that it is not that.
Yeah.
But that if Sony knew that it had been that successful, they would have tried to make it that.
Yeah. And that's why it became successful in the first place.
Mm-hmm. So I think that when I say really that like the gaming industry is collapsing in on itself, I feel like what I'm really saying is that we're seeing the aftermath of a lot of like really dodgy decisions made by these companies, and they're trying to fix it, but they're punishing the workforce in a time of like economic recession rather than like restructuring the way that the finances are spread throughout the entire company, which is it's not great. When people can't afford to live and eat, they're not going to be able to afford to buy your fucking games. So I don't know. That's
a crazy. That's like one of the things I just kept seeing on Twitter is like, people keep getting laid off. Why am I still paying $70 for a video game? You know, and it's
those two thoughts are completely unrelated, but I get the sentiment behind them.
Well, it's like they're mad because like, why are you increasing the price? But like, that's not helping. Which I understand, because like, I know that like, we've been playing actually little for games for a really long time, and it's actually. It might spike up to 80 at some point, probably soon.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
people don't realize that.
Maybe not.
People aren't going to be happy about that.
But I was never mad at the $70 thing. I understand why.
Yeah, me neither. I totally get it.
It should have happened in 2013. After GTA 5 success, it should have been $7.
Yeah.
It's like hard to swallow to spend $80-$90 on a game, but
which
like
people also the thing is like, could like GTA 6 cost $100?
People will buy it.
People would buy it, but
it would. If they, so the reason it was funny, the reason why we having that $7 issue is because 2K was the first one who did that, and you know that's a huge franchise, sports. People
they were just the first to do it. I mean, like it was inevitable. If they wasn't going to be the first, it was going to be somebody else. But they just bit the bullet on it.
Once someone makes bank off that decision, everyone's going to do it. It goes back to the Winnie's conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Once someone starts it, you can't let that genie back inside the bottle, or that genie won't go back inside the bottle.
It's a genie in a bottle. Anyway, I think that's it. That's all that we have today.
Yeah, I think
that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry to anyone that's been like. We really feel bad for anyone that's experiencing layoffs right now. It's a rough environment to be in, and I hope that if you're a developer, I hope that your talents go somewhere where they're like really appreciated and you're well taken care of. And if you're a consumer, like this is when you can really support a lot of those independent studios and support the games that you actually want to see come out, particularly from indies, and always have the conversation of like small teams working for small teams getting paid more working on smaller games should be the route that we should go in for game development this next couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like, how many, it's like, what, 5,000 layoffs now, something?
It's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
It's monumental. It's a monumental amount of
one of the worst we've seen. It's happening like literally every few days a week.
It's just getting worse, which is the worst part about it. It's just,
I said it in the HK News video, but if there's any like expert that somehow get a hold of this video and start watching it, and you can explain what the fuck is going on economically, like we'd love to have you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for making it down to the end of the episode. 6,000. We do appreciate it a lot. If you guys want to follow us on any social medias, all links are down below. And we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate you guys.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.